Hello YouTube, and hi to a Let's Make episodes thingamajiggy. I know I promised a full episode, like a full series on a model, which is eventually going to be drwolf from the MLP fandom and such. You've seen the previous videos. I do want to do a full series on making his model on YouTube itself, which is fun for people to know how much time I spend in a model. But for me, for the first time, I do want to try to make just a single item, just to show, whatchamacallit, to show like how I do it, and pretty much if the way I explain everything is correct. If you think that I've explained something either weirdly or incorrect, please tell me that, since I can use that knowledge for like the whole series, for the Let's Make series. I'm going to make something uber simple. I think this episode would last 10 minutes, but it's just a tester thingy. I'm going to make a ribbon, which is easy to make and it's easy to start with. What I usually do first with the object, I use right click, then go to open subdivide and then set it to 4, or use Catmull Clark, but that looks a bit odd. This makes it look a bit more smooth. They all do the same thing. I don't exactly what the difference is, but although only between these two, but this just make it look smooth. Set it to a material. If you want an image there, you can just put the texture, just text.png, or whatever you call it. You can put that there. There's nothing here, so it won't show up. But if you want a texture, put it there. Yes, I don't have a base loaded because I don't know. Oh wait, that could be handy. It's I'm doing this on a whim, so I don't have everything set up yet. For the sake of the popular models right now, let's just drop a TDA base in here. Just open it. So TDA. Since everybody wants to fucking use them, I don't care. I'm just swearing. I don't like this model type. Yes, it looks decent. Yes, oh, it has a hole. But yeah, it looks decent. But I'm sort of tired of it, and I'm even tired of seeing edits of it. But this is not a rant about TDA models. In this case, a new object, new material. You can then set this to the subdivide 4. You can do it via the property window or just right click. Whatever you fancy. Then you go to primitive, which is the shortcut is P. You set it to a cylinder. Then you go to segment and set this to 8. Which is rather... Wait, no, sorry. I need to do this right. Wait, yeah, 8. Sorry, it's been a while since I made a ribbon. Again, I'm doing this on a whim. At least I'm having fun. But yeah, you make a cylinder. It doesn't really matter how big you make it. You can always shrink it down. I will turn on the subdivision wires. This is actually what the subdivide does. It adds for every square, or in this case, rectangle for everybody that wants to be specific. For every rectangle, it now adds 16. Pretty much. So it just quadruples the amount of, like, it just adds more squares. And it's really handy. You can use Ctrl A to select everything. That's like a known thing. Yeah. Again, it's been a while since I made ribbon. Pretty much, I'm going to turn on dots. I'm selecting the front and the back for dots, and then pretty much shrink them all the way to the center. And you can already see where this is going, but it's not there yet. Then you take these outer two, and the TGA base can go for now. And you can set them a bit bigger and actually make it go a little bit further like this. Then, like, I'm pretty much using the scale tool for pretty much everything, since it's handy. It's way too handy to not use. You set them to, well, just about here. Then you go to your knife tool, which is K. Set it to continual cut. Hold shift. If you don't do that, like, you can make a cut everywhere, but if you hold shift, it will always snap to the center of the line you have selected. So it makes a, well, an exact cut to the center. You select these 4 outer ones. In this case, I'm going to move them just a tad closer. Like, the lines are only there to sort of heighten the ribbony feel for it. And you can already see from the front we have a decent ribbon. You can fold it. You can, yeah, you can make it smaller if you want. You can make it flatter, and you can, if you're really crazy, you can make it huge. You could add you could add a small slider to it that it wobbles. But personally, I sometimes make the outer layer, which you can select by belt, which pretty much select only the outer layer. You can make it a tad smaller. It adds a bit more of a ribbony feel to it, but then you can size it back. You could also select the inside and scale that up. But that's at least the base of a ribbon. Then you can go to primitive again. Just create. It's kept all your settings from the previous one. Shrink it down. Then go to rotate, either here or press C. Click on Z-axis and type in 90 degrees. It rotates it. You wouldn't guess it. 90 degrees. And you put it there, and you sort of resize. You're trying to put this in the exact middle. Oh, also, minor tip if you don't know, my viewing point is right here. But if you press Ctrl W, it sets your camera point to where your handle is. It's really handy if you're making like either really small stuff or really big stuff, or at least out of reach stuff. But yeah, you can sort of resize it here. What I sometimes do to add a bit more detail is use the knife tool once on the inside and once on the outside. Go back to scaling, and you just slightly squish the inside. And then you can go back to our TDA model, and I don't even know where to place this ribbon. But just for the fun fact, like size it down, and then like this. Okay, then just, this is not even needed, but just for the fun of it. Ta-ta! Rainbow ribbon. Although in this case, it's a bit weirdly shaped. What I then sometimes do, since like the back is cutting into the model, you can use the lattice tool. There is no shortcut for it, but it's you're pretty much deforming it by a box, which is the easiest way to explain lattice. And I want to rotate it, but for some reason it never allows me to. Property, let's see, I do need to turn off proportional, and then I need to add a line in the center, and that's that one. But I want to rotate it, but I don't think I can for some reason. Stupid thing. Oh well. You can set it to modify, since then when you grab 4 points or 8 points, you can move it, and I can sort of gradually moves everything you have selected. But in this case, I want to use it to select the outer 2 dots, so you only have like, you can pretty much see what I mean, and then you can use the lattice tool to sort of shape it the way you want to. Like, if you can, even if you want, this is all optional, you can make it like, if you want a droopy bow, you can go like this. You can still edit the rest of the bow, but this is all extra. Personally, I like it like this the most, but if I'm really honest, I would have like hair. You can mirror it, so it's exactly the same on both sides. This is like a sort of a Gothitel bow. But if your model has twin tails, you can sort of add them to it by globally placing them, rotating them to your likings. So in this case, they would be a bit like this. But yeah, like that, if you have a pretty simple bow. Like, a lot of people try to make like actual nuts and anything, and I want it quick, I want it easy, and I want it done. If it's if I can find a shortcut to making something, trust me, I will try to find it. In case of exporting, what you wanna do, you can do 2 things. You can either remove everything and just export one thing, or if you have to like make multiple things, it's always best to go in 2 or 3 different ones. But in this case, because I only have a bow, you can go to pretty much select everything that you don't need. In this case, the base. So tada base, tada TDA. This doesn't really matter. You can go to File, you can go to Save, and what I personally find the handiest is in X mode. I will set it to a ribbon thingy. If it is a perfect world, I won't have my caps on. Do remind yourself that if you export, always set this to -2. If you do it once or twice, it will automatically, well, pretty much set itself. Like, it will change the thing itself. And it doesn't matter, you can leave everything as is. Pretty much what I then do is Ctrl Z and then just pretty much minimize. And then you can go to your TDA model. In this case, it's my It's in the base folder. PMD PMX editor starts up a le tralala. Ribbon thingy, you can drag drop it. Adding. Ta-da! Our ribbons. And then rigging. It's maybe a bit more, but I'm going to explain this more in the in the whole thing. You pretty much go to your vertex and materials, press that one, select only the one you want. Like more knowledgeable, if that's a word, will already know rigging, but in this case it's just 100% because there are no physics, there are no hair, like there is not anything to rig this to. Whatever, again, I will go further on this in the actual let's play. So in this let's make. So in this case, it's just fully 100, and then you can be freaking fancy. If you want them lighter, just copy how it's done everywhere else. Just select this one, and it's white in this case, because as said before, there is no texture file for this. If you have your texture, it should show up. If not, I don't know how to fix it yet. Set your tune to 0, then texture would be here, and the SPH or SPA or PNG files would be here. And in this case, I could just for shits and giggles. And then set it to edition, and now they have the body shine on it. Don't see it, I think. Oh wait, it's here. Now it's the body shine. And for those who want to add them, an outline. Although perfectly, personally, I set it to 0.6. It's not as fat. Oh, and the double-sided ground shadow, self shadow, and self. Don't even know what that does, but I usually have all 4 of them, and it doesn't go wrong by now. But yeah, this is sort of my hack job slash sort of let's make. This is just a test to see if you can actually try to make it. If you make something like this, for the people who have me on DeviantArt as Walter 3D, a lot of people have already, but just saying it. I do want to see if anybody tries this tutorial. I do want to see what you make of it. This is just me being curious. You can still edit stuff to this. You can add, if you really, you can see modeling /K. If you really want to be fancy, you can add like another line and select that with the edge tool, and then I don't know, scale it up a bit more to make it a bit more rounder. Or if you want a bit more a scrunchier one, you can go. Oh wait, oh god, that's like the most stereotypical bow. But you can like scrunch them. But do remind that do both sides, since it does show through. So if in this case, if you want to do like that extra line in the center, select both the in and the outside. Don't try to slack off at these areas. Like I'm always try to look for the fastest way to do something. Don't do it on things you have to. Trust me, it will always bite your ass. But yeah, I hope you like this. I will try to show then in the drwolf make series how everything is done. I will try to sort of show off a few mistakes you can make while making a model. And yeah, I hope you like this. I also hope you like my mic quality. I bought a new mic. It's a Blue Yeti. I think everybody knows what it is. But yeah, for me, deleting this, saving it so that I don't that thing is not messed up. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all see my series with drwolf. Also, a lot of people are waiting to see more pony videos. I got one uploaded. It will be I'm uploading one tonight. Pardon me. It will be shown on Friday, I think I have it scheduled, or at least gonna schedule it. And to everybody that's still listening, or I am not going to make everybody's OC with those as a 3D model. There's a limitation on the amount of motions I can use. Wait, never mind. I will make a different video about this. It's easier to show. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next Let's Make. Janet!